previous video, I told you guys that I'm redrawing chapter 2 of my comic, even though it's coming out in July, in 4 months. By redrawing this time, I mean like totally scrapping everything and just starting with lines. For the context, the first chapter of my comic, The Book of Contradictions, came out in December of 2025, and I've been polishing the pages for chapter 2, getting it ready to come out on July 2026. Until now that I have to redraw a bunch of them. In the previous video, I told you that I will explain why in the next video, in this one. First, let me show you an example of what it looks like when I'm polishing the page of my comic for publishing, because this is also a pretty aggressive process. This is the page from chapter 1 from DeviantArt, posted in, oh my god, 2014. I was not messing around with you guys when I said that I've been working on this comic for a while. I have receipts. Let's look how this page looks like in the published version. This is her. It's more sophisticated, more polished. This is how the character looked like before, and this is how she looks like after, and actually this is how she looks throughout the whole story. Like, I finally figured out how she looks like in chapter 7. So this is normal redrawing, polishing that I'm doing for my chapters as I publish them. This is just to make sure that they are at the same level as the drawing that I create right now, being the mature artist that I am today. But in chapter 2, I had to do complete scribing of everything. I didn't expect it. When I first started to prepare my pages and my panels for publishing, I actually started working on 5 chapters at the same time. And I went through it on my iPad. I kind of highlighted things that I want to change, like some things to be moved around, some editing to do with text. And that's about it. Had to redraw 3 to 4 pages in chapter 1, like properly redraw from scratch as well. But just because I was doing more of a developmental editing this time, and chapter 1 was the weakest chapter. Chapter 2, I didn't anticipate to do much of the development changes in there. I should have realized that I would have to. The reason being is my comic was a novel before, and this is a published novel, but it was published in another country. I don't want you to read it, it's bad. It was like my first attempt at the story, and for chapter 1 and 2, I actually copied the book, the novel, almost exactly, and the comic kind of took off in a different direction. But because these chapters was the closest, they were the weakest, because the novel is pretty weak. Because I wrote it when I was like 17, and I'm 34 now, oh my god. As I was like reading through again and again chapter 2, just making sure everything looks good, I realized I have to completely redraw this scene with these 2 characters because it just was not looking good. And this is a very fundamental scene because in this scene, 2 of my main protagonists meet for the first time. The way the story goes, this scene just looks like nothing crazy special in the first glance, but the more we learn about the story, about the background and the story about each character, we realize that this scene has a lot of more weight to it and how different forces align to make this thing happen. Because the other protagonist is a pretty mysterious figure, we have to uncover a lot of things about him, and the scene is the entry point for my main protagonist, the guy, to figure out what the hell is going on. And I realized that the scene doesn't have strong writing that it needs to have for the scene that is this important. And for the chapter that is chapter 2, it's still the entry point to the story. People are still deciding whether they want to read the story or not. And I want to represent my writing the right way, the way it will appear in the story going forward. And I don't want people to think like, oh my god, it looks like it's written by 17-year-olds, as it was prior.